It took me almost 1 week to develop this beautiful city and to get 1,653 coins in gold through trading in this game. And this process was insane. And I will share all the information with you. How I built, how I developed, how I succeed in this game. So, this is Nebuchadnezzar, the newest city builder from Steam. This time, at the first glance, you can see that this one is very close related to famous Pharaoh or Caesar, but it's a little bit different because it has a different style of gaming. You know, in Pharaoh and Caesar, all the things were automatically. Well, in this game, they're not. Everything is manually, and believe me, there will be a lot of issues you will encounter because the slightest change in the game process, or even in the industry process, will debalance all the needs and all the requests for goods, and you can get ruined. I started first with this neighborhood because this was the peasant neighborhood, and the peasants are the mainly in the base workforce for all the constructions and industries in this game. So this industry chain is based on farming here in this zone, and only the peasants are doing the farming. So I need peasants. I built this neighborhood, and I upgraded at the max to have more inhabitants. This was at the beginning when the map was empty and only with desert. The smartest thing that I made was that I irrigated all the deserted areas and I transformed them in fertile zones. This gave me the possibility to place some farms over them and to make some good amount of goods needed to fulfill the inhabitants' request. Then I developed even more and I built this neighborhood, but as you can see, this is different with different style of buildings, more luxurious, because here it's about the upper class or an upper social class, and there are the town folks. Well, town folks are workers that I need for more qualified jobs, and I lead a lot of them. For that, I needed to place another industry chains, but this time different because the requests are different than in the peasant cases. So in the peasant cases, I need just ceramics, bread, and beer. But for the town folks, I need the dates, copper jewelry, and ceremonial items, and even olive oil, where these goods are harder to get. Meanwhile, I opened the first trade route with another city, and this has saved me from bankruptcy. The trick to get succeed in this game is through trade. And the only income, the monthly income, will come from the trade routes, not from taxes like in Caesar and in Zeus or Pharaoh. That's why I told you this game is a little different. So the first trade route was with another city, and I don't know its name. I will show you. So I imported from Magan Ekabatana, I imported copper, and then I exported more products in Tibis and Nisibis. I exported copper jewelry. And this import and export process brought me a steady income. Not very high income, but a steady one. And that was the key to success, because if you have a steady income, you will not be worried about bankruptcy. Because I had a steady income, I developed even further, even more. And I went south. Because my workforce, my base work wasn't enough, I built another peasant neighborhood. This time here in this zone, and also I built it near the water because I needed to fertilize all the areas. And it was a success. I get a lot of workforce from this neighbor, and after that, I built the second largest port here, and I opened another trade route. This time I imported ivory and I exported ceremonial items, which are more expensive than exporting copper jewelry. So this doubled my income from a steady income to a very high income, and from a few hundreds coins or gold through this base copper jewelry income to a few thousand per month. This has gave me a boom in terms of money, because then I have enough money to develop more areas. The next area I developed was a luxury zone, a luxury neighborhood. It's also about town folks, but this time I upgraded their living quarters, and I provided some more luxurious goods. And I will go to some more qualified workforce for that. I used the qualified workforce to prepare my next move. And my next move was the aristocracy. Well, these are the upper social classes, and they are harder to get, even more compared to the town folks, because they are very demanding, and they are demanding goods that are very hard to obtain. In this case was meat and furniture. Meat, it's not very hard to obtain, but the meat is obtaining by cutting sheep and goats. And only the town folks are doing that. And the furniture is by importing wood and using the carpenters to transform the wood in some furniture. But furniture is also a very good trading opportunity, because it has a high price of selling. And that's why I built the third port here in this area. And here, as you can see, I also use this warehouse full of furniture for resupplying my requested goods in the aristocracy quarter, and also to selling abroad in other cities. And this, of course, has gained me another steady income, but a very high one. I think after I open this port, the third one, I get the first million. After that, I needed to support my industry even more with a low workforce, so I opened another peasant neighborhood, and this one, a big one, here nearby, also near water, to put some farming here, because I need to provide a lot of goods for the aristocracy and for the town folks from here. And this proved to be a very successful step. But to get this income, there are some tricks. You need a very high selling trading route, or you need to have very expensive goods. And here are the gold jewelry and also the wines. So now I'm exporting gold jewelry and wines, and these has a huge impact on my income in a positive manner. That's why I think this is why I get this number of gold in my treasury. And I think this was the success recipe that I discovered after 1 week of gaming in this beautiful Nebuchadnezzar. I started also a few maps before this map, and it was a completely mess because I didn't know the gameplay and I messed up every time. But this proved to be a success gameplay. And now I will develop even further. I want to cover all the map areas. This will be hard because I don't have many fertile zones. So I need fertile zones to provide the food necessary for my people. And this is a very hungry town. So I need a lot of food. And it's started to be scarce. So I hope this will help you in establishing your strategy in Nebuchadnezzar. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.